Today's story is about a super smart boy who's a genius in school, but he's got some big issues. He doesn't talk to anyone, avoids people, and has zero friends. Seeing this, his parents come up with a wild idea. They decide to hire a girlfriend for him. But what happens next is something nobody could have predicted. Let's jump into the story. At the start, we meet a girl named Maddie who's rushing out of her house in a panic. Her car is about to get repossessed by a government worker named Gary. Before Maddie's mom passed away, she took out a loan to build their house and left it to Maddie. Now, Maddie's working her butt off to pay off that loan. She bartends during the day and drives a cab at night. Gary, who also happens to be one of Maddie's exes, is there to take her car because she missed a payment. Maddie tries to stop him, but Gary won't budge. Suddenly, a young guy wearing nothing but his underwear comes out of Maddie's house doing his morning workout. Gary gets jealous and Maddie quickly says, "Oh, that's just my cousin visiting from Italy." The guy plays along, acting all close to Maddie, which makes Gary even more suspicious. Realizing Maddie's trying to trick him, Gary gets annoyed and tows her car away. Now Maddie's stuck without a ride, so she heads to work on roller skates. Later, while skating, Maddie spots her car still hooked up to Gary's tow truck. She jumps in and tries to drive off, but forgets to unhook the car from the truck. When she hits the gas, the car doesn't move. Gary comes out of a nearby store, catches her in the act, and takes the car back. Maddie's plan fails. Frustrated, Maddie goes to her friend Sarah and Sarah's husband Jim and vents about losing her car and struggling with the bank loan. Sarah tries to help by searching online for used cars, but Maddie, "I've already looked everywhere. I doubt I'll find anything better." While scrolling, Sarah stumbles on a weird ad. A rich family is looking for a girl, 20 to 25, to be their shy 19-year-old son's girlfriend. The ad says the boy is super smart but has no social life or friends. In exchange, the family is offering a brand new car to whoever can help him come out of his shell and gain confidence. At first, Maddie hesitates. She thinks she might be too old for the guy. But after talking it over with Sarah and Jim, she decides to go for it. She really needs that car, and this might be her only shot. Next, we see Maddie skating over to the wealthy family's house. She meets the boy's parents, who explain their situation. "Our son Percy is 19, incredibly smart, but he never talks to anyone, never goes out, and totally avoids girls. He's scared of things like smoking, parties, or even just chatting. All he does in his free time is watch short videos on his phone. We're worried he won't survive college life next year." Maddie listens and asks, "So, what exactly do you want me to do?" The parents say, "Just spend time with him, help him socialize, and boost his confidence. Once we see he's improving, you get the car. But Percy can never know we set this up. You have to make it look natural, like you met by chance." Maddie agrees. She heads to the pet shop where Percy works part-time. Wearing a bright red dress, she tries to get his attention by pretending she wants to adopt a dog. Maddie flirts and tries to impress Percy, but he's super nervous and doesn't fall for it. Not giving up, Maddie offers to give him a ride home. Percy hesitates, but Maddie insists, tossing his bike into her van. With no other choice, Percy agrees. On the drive, Maddie jokes, "What if I just kidnap you instead of taking you home?" Then she actually drives to her own place. Percy freaks out, and as soon as they stop, he sprays Maddie in the face with pepper spray. Maddie gets out, saying, "I was just kidding. If I was really kidnapping you, why would I bring you to my house?" Percy realizes he overreacted, and to make up for it, helps Maddie wash off the spray with a garden hose. He even agrees to go on a date with her that night. Later, Maddie waits for Percy at a club. Percy shows up, but everyone laughs because he's wearing a suit jacket with shorts, no pants. Maddie, trying to make him feel better, compliments his unique style. When the waitress comes, Maddie orders a Long Island iced tea for herself. Percy asks for a Pepsi, but Maddie cancels it and tells the waitress to bring him a Long Island too. As they chat and sip their drinks, Maddie's ex, Travis, shows up and tries to stir up drama, bragging about his engagement and his past with Maddie. After Travis leaves, Maddie takes Percy to the beach, even though it's closed after 8 p.m. Percy's nervous because he can't swim, but Maddie encourages him. When Percy refuses to take off his clothes, Maddie just strips down and jumps in the water. Feeling pressured, Percy does the same. While they're swimming, some people sneak in, steal their clothes, and start walking away. Maddie storms out of the water, chases them down, and gets their clothes back. She returns to the water and tries to get close to Percy, but he says, "Annoyed, I feel weird doing this." I don't really know you yet. Maddie gets annoyed, storms out and sits in her car, ready to leave. Percy tries to get in, but Maddie refuses, tossing his clothes out but keeping his phone. Percy ends up clinging to the car in his underwear as Maddie drives off. The police spot them and start a chase. Maddie drives like crazy, barely dodging a train at a crossing. Back at Maddie's house, she tries to lighten the mood by playing music, but Percy still doesn't get her hints. Suddenly, Percy starts itching and gets a rash. Maddie helps him with some ointment, and they finally start talking. Percy apologizes, saying, "Thoughtful, maybe it's my zodiac sign, Huckles. Today just wasn't our day. Let's try again tomorrow." Maddie agrees. The next day, Maddie and Percy hang out again, going to different places and having fun. They end up having a deep conversation. Maddie opens up about her family and how her dad never accepted her. Percy listens, and eventually they share a kiss. While they're together, Percy's friend Jody shows up. Jody chats with Maddie, but when Percy steps away, Jody warns her, "What are you doing with him? He's just a kid. I know girls like you don't care about his parents' money, but if you hurt him, I won't let it slide." In the next scene, Maddie and Percy dress up and go out for dinner. Maddie encourages Percy to get on stage, where he plays piano and sings. The crowd loves it and cheers him on. Afterward, Percy's friend Natalie invites him to a party, saying, "Excited, it's gonna be awesome. We'll both be at college soon." Percy's excited and tells Maddie, "Happy, she's so nice. We'll go to the party together. I'm also getting my driver's license so I can come see you on weekends." It's clear Percy is falling for Maddie, and Maddie's starting to feel the same. After dinner, they leave the restaurant. In the car, Percy starts drinking and suddenly confesses, slurring, "I'm ready for you now. I've fallen in love with you, and I want to be with you." Maddie, trying to handle it gently, says, softly, "You've had a drink, and your first time shouldn't be like this. Let's wait for another day." But deep down, Maddie feels awful. She remembers the deal she made with Percy's parents. She's only with him because of the agreement. Percy, who doesn't know any of this, is taking things seriously, and Maddie starts to feel guilty for playing with his feelings. The next day, Percy tells his parents, "I'm getting my driver's license now." They're thrilled, but then Percy adds, "I have a new girlfriend, Maddie, and I don't want a long-distance relationship, so I'm not going to college anymore. I'm an adult now and can make my own choices." Percy takes his dad's car and drives off. After he leaves, his parents call Maddie and remind her of the deal. "You'll get the car if you convince Percy to go to college. Just make sure he goes." But Percy overhears the whole conversation through the car's speaker system. He's crushed, realizing Maddie's feelings might not be real. Percy invites Maddie over, and even though he knows the truth, introduces her to his parents. During dinner, he sarcastically jokes about Maddie's age, then storms out. Percy and his friend take the car and crash it into a tree. When he gets home, Percy goes to his room and asks Maddie to sleep with him. Maddie agrees, but since it's Percy's first time, it's over quickly and he's out of breath. Afterward, Percy tells Maddie a tree fell on your car. Maddie realizes Percy knows the truth about the deal. Percy, hurt and angry, says, "I thought you really liked me, but I was just a joke to you." Maddie pleads, "No, Percy, you're wrong. I really do care about you." But Percy tells her to leave. Maddie goes home, heartbroken and guilty for hurting Percy. Percy goes back to his old habits, playing games and watching short videos. One day, Maddie decides to try again. She follows Percy, trying to talk to him, but he's still mad and won't listen. He gets in his car, but Maddie stands in front, blocking his way. Percy drives toward the beach, and Maddie clings to the car, yelling for him to stop. The car suddenly veers into the water and Maddie falls in. Percy jumps out and pulls her to safety. In the final scene, Percy is packing for college. He says goodbye to his parents and steps outside, only to find Maddie waiting with a big smile, asking, "Need a ride?" They both laugh, and the story ends on a sweet, happy note full of romance and fun. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more funny and heartwarming recaps.